I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Village Board for April 23rd, 2019. Can you please join us for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Village Clerk, would you please call the roll?
President DeSimone,
Here.
Trustee Carmona,
Here.
Trustee Franz,
Here.
Trustee Lomax,
Here.
Trustee Perez.
Here.
That's 5.
We will move to public comment. Does anyone wish to address the board? If so, please approach the podium and state your name. Do we have any public comment?
No.
Seeing none, this will conclude public comment. So is there a motion to approve the minutes from the April 16th, 2019 Village Board meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Are there any modifications to the minutes? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. The motion carries, the minutes are approved. The next item for business is to approve the warrant in the amount of $1,255,055.57. Is there a motion to approve the warrant?
You have a motion?
Is there a second on the motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Carmona,
Yes.
Trustee Franz,
Yes.
Trustee Lomax,
Yes.
Trustee Perez.
Yes.
That's 4.
The motion carries, the warrant is now approved. There are no items on the consent agenda. Under administration is an ordinance of the Village of Bensonville, DuPage, and Cook County, Illinois, approving a consulting and service agreement with S&G Thor Consulting Corporation. Is there a motion on that ordinance?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, is there any discussion?
I'll jump in on this one. S&G Thor is a special events contractor for the village. They, Gary Thorson is in the audience, president of that organization. So Gary runs all of our special events, everything from Music in the Park, National Night Out, helps out in Easter Bunny, all the events we have to thank Gary for. It's $6,000 a month contract. This is a renewal of last year's agreement, which was the first year. And we were happy with the service and like to continue the partnership.
Any other questions?
Mr. Thorson's here if you guys have any questions as well.
There being a motion and a second, no discussion, so can we call the roll, please?
Trustee Carmona,
Yes.
Trustee Franz,
Yes.
Trustee Lomax,
Yes.
Trustee Perez.
Yes.
That's 4.
Motion carries and ordinance is now passed. Under Community and Economic Development, we have a resolution declaring the village-owned vacant lot at 112 North Center Street as surplus. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, any discussion?
Scott, do you want to give the brief history of this property and how we came to acquire it and what we plan to do with it?
Yes, sir, I'd be happy to. This is, of course, it's 112 North Center. It's the third residential lot on the block north of here. It was acquired a number of years ago as part of the neighborhood stabilization program. There was a very tired home there that was not economically viable to repair, so it was ultimately demolished. The village has owned the property for a number of years now, and we're looking to declare it surplus so that we can market it and sell it and get a new house there.
We don't see a need for a vacant lot in the middle of a neighborhood, so we'd like to get a brand new house, single-family house built, and it would be good for everyone.
Any other discussion from the board? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Carmona,
Yes.
Trustee Franz,
Yes.
Trustee Lomax,
Yes.
Trustee Perez.
Yes.
That's 4.
The motion carries and the resolution has been approved. We do not have anything under finance or the police department. Under Public Works, we have a proclamation designating the week of May 19th to the 25th, 2019 National Public Works Week in the Village of Bensonville. So would the Public Works Director, Joe Karachi, please read the proclamation?
They definitely will. It actually titled It Starts Here. This is the theme for the Public Works Week this year. Whereas Public Works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of Village of Bensonville. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of Public Works professionals, who are engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government and the private sector, who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment, and solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in the Village of Bensonville to gain a knowledge of and to maintain a progressive interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in their respective communities. And whereas 2019 marks the 59th annual National Public Works Week, sponsored by the American Public Works Association and the Canadian Public Works Association. And now therefore I, Frank D. Simone, President of the Village of Bensenville, do hereby designate the week of May 19th through 25th, 2019 as National Public Works Week in Bensenville. I urge all citizens to join with representatives of the American Public Works Association and the Canadian Public Works Association and government agencies and activities, events, and ceremonies designed to pay tribute to our public works professionals, engineers, managers, and employees, and to recognize the substantial contributions they make to protecting our national health, safety, and the quality of life.
Just for the record, that's not Frank D. Simone.
Nah.
And I, Frank D. Simone, would not wear an orange blazer of
Nah.
that magnitude.
You can't miss
You
them,
look
though.
good.
Yeah, you
So,
do.
is there a motion to support the proclamation?
You have a motion.
Do I have a second?
You have a second.
There being a motion and a second, is there any discussion?
I just want to say this is kind of one of the things we do to help recognize our public works employees. They're not just guys or crews or ditch diggers, pothole fillers. They're true professionals at this point. They all have certifications that help them do their day-to-day job. It's not an easy job. It's probably one of the harder jobs in the village. We always forget this time of year it's nice, but when we have water main breaks and it's negative 30 degrees, these are the guys that we say get in the hole and fix the break. So we thank all the work they do. Thank you, Joe, for your team and leadership, and please pass our acknowledgement along to the public works professionals.
Will do.
Can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 4.
Motion carries. Number 2 is a resolution authorizing a concurrence with proposed design changes to I-490 between Irving Park Road and the Tri-State Tollway I-294 as part of the Elgin O'Hare Western Access Project. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, discussion?
This is something that the tollway asked us to take a look at. As we know, 490's coming through town, and they're still working on exactly where it will go and how it will be laid out. So this is their new plan. They've asked us to take a look at it, offer some guidance, and then as well as our concurrence. Joe, if you want to detail that, that would be great.
Sure. So some of the things that they have been dealing with is obviously the CP rail yard being in the way of their proposal of where they wanted the new alignment to go. So they've had to work around some of the CP rail yard infrastructure. A couple of things that they're looking at doing, they're all detailed in a letter that's attached to the your packet. They're going to be relocating and sharing Irving Park Road a little bit north of the tracks. So there's actually going to be a portion of I-490 that will share the lane with Irving Park Road. So you'll kind of follow Irving Park Road. You'll be on 490 for a short period of time, and you can get right back off Irving Park Road. They're doing that because of the constraints of the right-of-way that they have. There's also, as part of the recommended changes, the previously proposed Taft Avenue connector between Franklin Avenue and Irving Park Road would not be constructed. However, they are going to get some of those traffic movements rebuilt as part of a kind of a clover leaf further to the south. So really what they're doing is they're just realigning some of the locations in order to provide the same or better access for Bensenville residents. Again, working with some of the constraints of the CP yard. We've looked at the alignments. They all make sense to us. There's a few design challenges that we're going to have that we think we can work out in the design phase. A few lengths of ramps and turning radiuses that I think we can work out with their engineers. But overall, I think the plan could work.
I will say that our engineers were able to point out some things almost instantaneously to the tollway that we thought we could change that they've agreed in. So I think we'll be sending our invoice to the tollway shortly.
Nice. Any questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 4.
Motion carries, the resolution is now approved. Number 3 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a purchase order to the DuPage River Salt Creek Work Group for the 2019-2020 annual dues and a not-to-exceed amount of $14,181. Is there a motion to approve?
You have a motion?
How about a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, discussion?
Joe?
Yes, this is our annual membership to the work group. We've been a member since the work group formed in 2005. The work group is designated and formed in order to work on improving our water quality in our streams. We are an advocate for that. We discharge into our streams, as does many other communities with their wastewater treatment plants. So we as a group get together and try to work out all of the arrangements we can do to try to improve our water quality. The group also advocates for the villages and the wastewater treatment plants down to the EPA. So when we look at our annual permit renewals and things like that, we are working as a group and getting a common word out to the EPA, which helps us with some of our permit renewals. The cost of the annual dues is $14,181. We do budget for this every year, so it's the staff's recommendation to approve.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 4.
Motion carries and the resolution is approved. Number 4 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a purchase order to Sternberg Lighting in the not-to-exceed amount of $30,000. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, any discussion? Joe?
Back on March 28th, the village board actually approved this same amount of money for the same purchase of streetlight materials. You approved it to KSA Lighting. As we were working on the paperwork to try to get a purchase order and pay them, we found out that KSA Lighting is just a broker for Sternberg Lighting. So they're not the actual people we're going to pay the check to. So for auditing purposes, we're bringing back this resolution with a new vendor, same number, same everything, just a different vendor to pay to. So it's our recommendation to approve.
So it's financial net neutral.
Any questions? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 4.
Motion carries and the resolution is approved. Number 5 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a contract with Compass Minerals America Incorporated for the maximum amount of 130% purchase of rock salt in the not-to-exceed amount of $107,850. Is there a motion to approve the resolution? Second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, is there any discussion? Joe?
It's never too early to think salt for next
Yeah,
year.
that's what I wanted to think.
We are thinking about our rock salt purchases for next year. We do purchase from 2 different agencies from the state of Illinois joint purchase program, as well as the DuPage County puts out a bid each year about this time. They're a little bit earlier in the season than IDOT is, or the state is, so we're looking to approve our first contract. Because salt is a commodity and is subject to supply and demand, we had a very heavy winter this year. We are seeing the prices of salt go up significantly. Last year on this contract, we paid $67.15 per ton. This was just bid out and opened up, and the low bidder was Compass Minerals America at a price of $82.96. This is a 24% increase in this purchase of salt pricing. We kind of did expect this a little bit with the winter that we had. So again, we're trying to leverage our possibilities here and our options. We decided to increase our allocation this year to 1,000 tons. The reason why we did that is we like to have our dome filled prior to the snow season. Right now, we're about halfway full, and we've used all of our salt purchases from our last contracts. So we bumped it up a little bit so that we can get our minimum purchases to fill up our dome, and then we'll have the state purchase as well as anything more than our minimum 80% on both these contracts to use for the next year, and then hopefully fill the dome up again at the end. So we typically don't go 1,000 tons on our allocation. This year we did. We'll probably go back to 500 tons next year, but it's just to kind of catch up with the salt usage that we had last year. So again, the county did go out and bid this in March, $82.96. We are asking for the full 130% just as a kind of a buffer for us for next year. If we don't use the salt, the money just goes back into the budget. So it's our recommendation to approve.
Any questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 4.
Motion carries and the resolution is approved. We do not have a report on the recreation, but now while we are all here, underneath presidential remarks, we have a proclamation recognizing the 16U Mission Girls Hockey Team as the national champions for 2019. I'd just like to read the proclamation real quick, and if I do mispronounce names, don't beat me up, please. Whereas the Village of Bensonville wishes to acknowledge and recognize the Chicago Mission 16U Girls AAA Hockey Team as national champions for 2019. And whereas the Chicago Mission 16U Girls AAA Hockey Team season record was an impressive 56-10-5 with 213 goals made, is coached by head coach Aaron Rourke Smith and assistant coach Mary DiBartolo, and hockey team for 2019 consists of the following players: Maddie Zach, Ella Ridge, Ellie Kaiser, Leslie Steiner, Gabby Marcianic, and you. I'm going to screw this
They
one
will
up, too.
beat you up.
Hey, listen, I'm going to screw this one, and I even asked how to say this. I'm going to screw this one up. Anya Weldement. Caroline Smith.
Nailed it.
Got it. Emma Thomas. Anna Baxter. Maggie Cornetta. Peyton Rose Norman. Clara Zubor. Ashley Bialis, Veronica Bach, Maggie Culp, Claire Salmons, Alexandra Thomas, Madison Gagliano, Samantha Stisek, and Vivian Cronin.
Killing me.
Yeah, I know. That's like a passing. I got 4 wrong out of.
Yeah, you got a C.
That's
a
a C.
solid C.
It's a solid C.
Let's see.
Whereas the Chicago Mission girls hockey team's home ice is located at John Street Edge Ice Arena in Bensenville, Illinois, and whereas the Chicago Mission's season ended by winning the championship at the national tournament in Irvine, California on April 9th, 2019, and having an overall record for the 2018-2019 season of 56-10-5. Now, therefore, I, Village President Frank DeSimone, together with the Board of Trustees, do officially congratulate the Chicago Mission's 16U girls AAA hockey team for winning the national title. Congratulations, ladies. So, before we hand this out, is there a motion to support the proclamation?
You have a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, is there any discussion?
I do just want to point out this is their second consecutive national title.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. These are the best hockey girls in the nation. We're so proud to have you guys here in our town called Bensenville, your home ice. Whatever we can do to make your stay here as successful as possible, we're here for you. We support you, and we're so proud of you. So thank you so much.
Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 4.
Motion carries. Come on up, ladies. Coaches,
Yeah, so we'll try to get the whole board and the team in the picture. Maybe a little tight.
you guys want to maybe a board up here high?
Yeah, we can try that. Joe, you can.
Tallest to shortest.
Wait.
Wait, there's one more. There's one more.
Ate it. Just came in.
Can we get everybody or no?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Where's the coaches? All coaches up here? Okay. You guys look 16, sorry.
This.
Point and wing.
All right, well, we're in.
It's easy.
We're actually going to the ice right now.
There you go.
Oh my God. Thank you
So much. Congratulations.
Bye. Dedication.
Yeah, back on the ice. Well, it's
Starting
kind of
for
like me.
next
I'm going
year.
back to work. Kind of like that.
Yes.
I do want to hand it to him for sitting through exciting topics such as rock salt purchases.
Well, hey, it's a learning experience.
It is. Their civic duty.
They all came to see Joe's Blazer.
Joe, you look good. I
think you can
it's
see
a
it
good
from
combo.
John
Don't
Street,
let him.
actually.
Awesome.
You know what?
On for a couple more village presidents announcements. A reminder that the village of Bettsville is accepting applications for police officer. The application submission deadline is May 9th, so please visit the village website for an application and more information. The community carnival is May 16th through the 19th. Hopefully we don't get any rain this year. At the Deer Grove Leisure Center, Town Pool, Deer Grove Leisure Center, and the pool parking lot on Wood Street. Mega passes are available for purchase at Village Hall. I recommend the Mega Pass. More information is available on the Park District website. Lastly, on May 14th at 6:30 p.m., our newly elected village trustee Marie Fry, as well as Rosa Carmona and Nick Panicola, will be sworn in by DuPage County Board Chairman Dan Cronin right here. So all village residents, please, you are welcome to attend if you wish. Stop on by. That's all I have for president's remarks. Do we have anything under the village manager's report?
Yes, I will say that this is the last board meeting with our low definition cameras. So starting at the next meeting, we should be recording in a little bit better quality. Broadcast is still going to be standard definition, but the camera should be higher quality. So that install will happen this week. So as much as we love grainy images on our cable access channel, we're going to have to upgrade those. Also, we want to remind residents for the week of May 6th is the brush week. Please don't put your brush out until May 4th. Looks like people are able to clean up some of their brush before then, pull it to the side of your yard before you pull it out to the curb starting May 4th. And we'll get it May 6th. And finally, it's that time of year where we get a lot of strange weather. We want to remind everyone to please go to our website, sign up for our Code Red Reverse 911 system. That is how we reach out to you in the event of things like severe weather, tornado, flooding. Also, we do some community announcements when necessary, stuff like that. So it's a great way to stay informed, very easy to sign up, and it makes the village a safer, happier place.
It's free.
And it's free, absolutely. Free to know.
Anything on the village attorney report?
No report, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any unfinished business to come before the board tonight? Is there any new business to come before the board tonight? Do we need executive session?
There is no need for executive session.
May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
You have a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.